Hastings Cast.
Hello and welcome to the Tara Show.
Oh no, you beat me to it. I was supposed to do my bit.
I'll always do your bits. Way!
Tara Valentine, you're a famous comedian.
Oh God, I don't know about that. Oh God, no pressure then to be funny or anything.
I know, I'm laughing like it's a joke, but you're actually like quite an institution in Hastings.
Oh my God, I didn't realise I'd be under so much pressure.
But you're known, I would say, in a good way.
I think a few people have seen me, have laughed at me, some with me. That's nice when they do that. Famous, or I don't know, I get around.
For sure. I mean, like, how famous do you want to be?
Oh my God, like naming flashing lights, obviously.
If you could be like a A-list megastar, would you want that kind of life? Or?
Absolutely, fuck yeah. Who wouldn't? Are you joking? Of course I fucking would.
See, I don't think I would, but the money would be nice.
Yeah, the money would be great. And do you know what as well, though? It's not even just the money for me. It's the money for, like, knowing that people are struggling who I know. And I could just help my friends. That's what I would be doing. And I would just be having a good time and partying with my friends. And being like, hey, it, do you want to go on a cruise for a week with me? And they'd be like, oh, but I've got to work in Costa and whatever. And I'd be like, no, you don't.
They'd blatantly just keep working in Costa and not go, wouldn't they?
If they're idiots. I'm like, okay, you're lost.
I feel like I've tried to get people to go on holidays with me and they've just preferred to work in Costa than go on holiday with me.
Silly, isn't it? Silly.
Even if I offer them money.
Maybe there's something you need to work on. Maybe it's you. Maybe you're
it's
the problem.
Maybe it's the crowd I run with.
They're like, I'm not going on holiday with you.
I'm a very down to earth guy.
Oh, you are. You're great.
And I have a lot of mates who are quite grounded, and I feel like they're just happy with their lives as they are, and that's fair.
Yeah, totally, definitely. And as much as I say I'd love that lifestyle, that's not to say that I don't love where I'm at now. And
how did you end up in Hastings?
Got pregnant by accident on tour.
That makes you come to Hastings, does it?
It's the natural trajectory.
Oh damn! I'm a single mum. Got to move to Hastings.
Yeah, might as well be single by the sea. Might as well struggle with a nice view.
Fair.
The kid, my son, my wonderful darling joy son, miracle. His dad was from Hailsham, so yeah, in the whole like, oh, I'm pregnant, what are we gonna do sort of thing. It was I grew up in London, so my family were all in London, but I was actually on tour doing Rastamouse with CBBS. I play Zuma, big mouse.
I'm nodding like I know it, but I'm not
okay,
actually
look it up, guys. Everyone look up Rastamouse. Rastamouse
one,
and Scratchy and Zuma, also known as the Easy Crew. Crime fighting is very entertaining, something like that. Make a bad thing good. Yeah, really good. So I was on tour doing that. I hooked up with my boyfriend at the time and accidentally got pregnant. And then it was like, okay, so I can't keep touring, I can't move back to London because he didn't want to move to London because he's got stuff down here. So I just thought, oh yeah, I'll move down to. We looked around Eastbourne, Bexhill, and then fell in love with where we are, where I still live in Hastings. Yeah,
I had girls try to get me to move to London, and I was like, no, I spent enough time there when I was in my 20s.
How many girls have you got trying to get you to move to London? I'm impressed.
This actually wasn't so long ago. This was 2020, I feel like, 21.
Wow, maybe. Go on. Are you glad you didn't?
There was a lot of stuff going on at that time. So yeah, I'm quite glad I didn't.
Wasn't that lockdown?
There was a lot of stuff going on in the world, yeah, not just in my life specifically.
Yeah. It was lockdown, wasn't it? Was
yeah,
that 21?
Can we say that word?
Lockdown. Lockdown, girl.
I tried to, avoid it. Like the plague.
I got the whole pub singing Lockdown Girl. And when she walked to the shop, she put her face mask on. And when she gets there, she knows that all the bog roll's gone. You see, it's so tough just because I'm in love with a lockdown girl. She's my lockdown girl. Yeah, I know I'm in love with a lockdown girl. I don't know the chords for it at all.
I brought my guitar down because I thought you might want to give us a song.
You know me so well. Well, once upon a time, a man felt the need to explain to me why he thought we were not meant to be. Well, it was really stupid and unnecessary, and he looked ridiculous. It was messy. I'd rather be ghosted than roasted, so don't you come knocking at my door. Ghosted or roasted, so don't you tell me I've got flaws, honey. Don't you come telling me about me and you, and all the things that I did or didn't do. Ghosted or roasted, so don't you come knocking at my door. At my door. At my door.
You were in the paper. I feel like this is. I don't know how. Kind of.
I've been in the paper a lot recently.
Yeah, I was going to ask.
Doing the randomest.
Are you actually mega famous? And I don't know.
No, not at all. Not at all. I was the stage manager and artist in charge of the artist manager, I suppose, for Hastings Garden Festival recently. So I was in charge of booking all the artists to perform and like making the schedule and like, you know, looking after them, and I was emceeing, so I was like, you know,
you were in charge of trimming the bush.
I was basically, yeah, for the trimming the, yeah.
Tara was
tending the garden.
Tara was doing some gardening today.
I was tending to the garden.
She was a little late for the podcast.
I was, yeah. Oh, darling, I'm always a little bit fashionably late, and it's honestly, it's my worst trait. I'm just always late for everything. I'm so disorganised.
That's okay. I feel like entertainment industry people is kind of like herding cats, because it's this is the expression I like to use because it's very difficult.
Very true. That is
to organise people.
Meow.
And I'm not organised myself at the best of times.
We're artists, man.
Yeah,
like,
no, I get it.
Do you want to hear how my day's
Completely
gone?
get it.
Like, you know, I mean, obviously I was a little bit ropey this morning because football's coming home. Yeah, we all had late nights.
I wrote that down as things to not talk about, but now I feel like we can talk about it because England actually won.
We're actually through to the final, man.
I said don't talk about England or turning 40. Because that's the two things that's happening in my life right now.
When are you turning 40?
Just did.
You just did?
Just did at the end of June.
Which end of June? Which day?
23rd.
Oh, I'm the 27th.
You had a birthday too.
Top. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I remember this. We're almost birthday buddies.
Yeah, almost. Just
everyone
yeah.
cool was born in June.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Was that?
I turned 29.
A Cancerian?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, we grow on people. Mm-hmm. That's a bad joke.
Yeah.
Cancer.
Oh, I'm kind of in my shell, so.
Do you get it? Cancer. We grow on people.
Oh, I do now. Yeah, but if you have to explain it, I feel like I'm just being slow.
It's a horrible joke. Cut that out.
Don't worry, you won't get cancelled. I'll get cancelled before you do.
Yeah.
Have you ever been cancelled?
I don't know.
I would love to be cancelled. I feel like...
there's no such thing as bad publicity.
Exactly.
I wrote a song about it. I wrote just that bit about it, actually. There's no such thing as bad publicity anyway. I'm going to work that into a song soon. Sneak peek, sneak preview.
Sneak, that's exclusive.
That is.
We'll work out some chords for it later.
Yeah, man, and I'll write the rest of it.
Cool, yeah. I love the stuff you were doing with Brandon.
Yeah, that was
Brandon
really good. Yeah, Brandon from
Shout
Cold.
out, Brandon.
Shout out. Woo! Wicked
Hashtag
band.
Cold, K-U-L-D.
How's it spelled? K-U-L-D, that's it.
Yeah, a band that I'm yet to see, actually, but I keep promising to go see them.
Yeah, same. I haven't actually seen them live. It's tricky, getting to all these things, juggling it all. I've got to think about obviously my little boy and
you'll do the mum thing as well.
Yeah.
And so I was going to say this. Like, I deliver pizzas for a living, and you deliver comedy. And
I thought you were going to say babies.
And babies.
I do not deliver babies for a living.
Yeah. But
you know,
I get how it is when you've got a side hustle going on. I feel like mostly everyone has to have a side hustle.
I had a real like sort of burnout after my birthday and everything, because I was juggling, you know, motherhood and work and gigs and partying and celebrating my birthday, and then my friend's birthday was the week before, and I just absolutely burnt myself out last week. And then like I had people like trying to get in touch with me to try and get me to do like another gig and whatever, and I got really sort of angry. I didn't tell anyone I was like angry with anyone, but I got a little bit angry at the fact that like nobody seems to respect the fact that I was burnt out and needed a break. And I was like, you know, like when you're good at something and someone wants to like just milk every last drop of your energy out of you and just like it was like
who was trying to milk you, Tara?
I mustn't name names. I mustn't. I shouldn't. I'll tell you later. But you
exploded onto the Hastings scene. For me, I had not known you before, and suddenly you were doing a lot of gigs. So
it was all very sudden.
It was it was the Tara show.
It
was amazing because there wasn't a lot going on for me at that time. The open mic at Tintin's in town had just finished.
Yeah.
Which James Fraser was running. Shout out James.
Shout out James. Love you, James.
And he still runs the open mic at the Pig.
Yeah.
Which is cool.
The way that I accidentally fell into comedy, like, you know, I think I've always like had a laugh with friends or in conversation and just like making silly, stupid jokes on the spot and like puns and like I do, right?
Lots of puns.
Yeah, full of them. But I basically, last summer, my son's dad decided he'd have him from a Thursday night rather than a Friday night for the weekend because it was the summer holidays. So, like, you know, he decided he'd have one more day with his son.
So he had a Thursday night.
Dad of the fucking year. Sorry, am I allowed to swear?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
cool.
This might go on YouTube, but we're past 5 minutes in now, so
Oh.
I think they allow it after a certain time.
Oh, good. Okay. But yeah, so basically, I decided to go along to that open mic at the Pig. I'd never done an open mic before.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I've got a photo of you there somewhere.
Really?
Yeah, that was the first time I ran into you.
Oh my god! I don't even remember that. But
it's
yeah,
good night.
It was my first time doing an open mic. Did I even bring a ukulele, or did
you play that night? I don't know.
I think I went a cappella.
Right.
And I just sang a few songs that I knew. I think I might have got someone to play a few chords for me. I sang a few of my silly songs, and there I was trying to like be a musician and be a serious, like, you know, and I did some of my silly songs, and someone went, someone offered me a comedy gig off the back of it, and I was like, what the fuck do you mean comedy? I'm trying to be a serious artist here. Like,
oh no, it wasn't supposed to be funny.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it was supposed to be a little bit funny, but I was like, and then I thought, maybe I am a comedian. And I was like, I've never considered that before. Yeah, I've got a degree in performing arts. I've been trying to do, like, you know, serious plays and drama, like, my whole life. And I've hated having to, like, be serious in plays and, like, stick to the script and all that shit, because actually I found it far more entertaining just pissing about with my mates and being silly. And then suddenly I was like, it's like, ding, 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 comedy, like, fucking duh. So, and all I did for my comedy set was I told a really embarrassing story about this guy that I hooked up with, and how, like, then I sent him some really drunk text messages which were in poetic rhyming couplets, and it's just the most embarrassing story of my life. And, you know, maybe we'll get round to doing that one day and recording that, because that's really funny.
Bet he loved that.
He did write me back a poem as well, actually.
So you were
basically being like, fuck off.
You were like coherent enough to rhyme, though.
Oh yeah, man, yeah.
So you can't have been
always.
You can't have been that drunk.
Mate, it was 5 a.m. on a Sunday morning. When, like, if you look at, I'll show you the messages later. They're really funny.
I wonder if his phone was on at the time.
No, he only replied like midday the next day, going,
well, I always reply straight
dude,
away.
what the hell is all this? It's not like I love you poem or anything. It's like, you bastard, you've been avoiding me.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I still want to be your friend.
I get more of those kind of messages.
It was weird. Yeah. Anyway, we had a little. So I read that out. That was my first comedy set. Went down a treat, and then I sang some songs. Some of my not supposed to be funny songs that turns out they're quite funny.
Yeah. I wanted to talk to you about getting heckled as well. Have you ever been heckled? Because I know for a fact that I have a story about a heckler.
Ah, cool. Well,
you're in it, so.
Oh, is it the one where I did it at Tintin's? Where I did the death date disaster?
Drunk Scottish tradesman, yeah.
Drunk Scottish tradesman.
Yeah, it was like
a
very hip crowd there, and then there was one drunk, Larry, old Scottish guy who was blatantly in town for some kind of like construction work, who just wanted to have
my God,
a drink or 7, and just decided to be very loud in the middle of your set, and you were kind of like, what's going on?
Was I doing the death date disaster with Dan Palmer? Shout out!
Shout out Dan Palmer. I've never seen that. I've still not seen that one.
Oh, come on. When we doing that?
I don't think so. I would remember.
Let me give a bit of context. Me and Dan wrote a double act comedy poem based on a true story. It's called The Death Date Disaster.
Is it the same guy who was sending poetry?
No, don't worry. No, I'll never name him either, because if he finds out, I'll go around telling people I'll be dead. Part 2 of that story as well. The next comedy gig that I did, I told them part 2, which was the very next day. He actually messaged me saying we need to talk, and I thought, oh God, someone's told him what I've done. Someone's told him that I've used him as content, and I didn't name him or anything, but I thought he's found out somehow. But then I was like, oh, okay, what is it about? And he was like, you need to do an STD test. I've got chlamydia. And I went, thank God it's just chlamydia. Jesus Christ. Oh, good. He doesn't know that I've used him for content. He's just got chlamydia. Anyway, I did a test and I was fine.
I've often said that.
Yeah, thank God it's just chlamydia. Yeah, no, I was clean, guys. I was clean. Touch wood.
Touch wood.
I think I still am.
Yeah.
I think we're all good.
Remember to get tested, guys.
Yeah, this is a serious message to, like, the underlying moral of this story.
Yeah, positive messages.
To not be a slut.
Well, you can be a slut if you want to. I'm okay with it.
Definitely do that, but you just be a little bit sensible about it.
I don't know what counts as being sluttish these days anyway.
I
feel like it's been reclaimed as a word. You can't
slut shame either, can you? So yeah, maybe I shouldn't have said that, but that's not really what I meant.
You'll get cancelled.
I will. Oh God, I keep doing it. This was a bad idea.
Just embrace the slummy mummy. That's alright. But also, never get into a relationship with a writer or a comedian, because I feel like you're going to end up being in a story.
I've got all of my songs, poems, and recent stuff is either about it's all about people that I know, but a lot of it's about like friends of mine that have gone through stuff. Like I've got a song called Back to the Captor. That is, you know the one, yeah?
Love that one.
That is about my friend. I probably shouldn't name names on here. I really want to, though. But anyway, yeah, my best friend.
We don't know them anyway.
Yeah, well, all right. My friend Katie. She's going to be gassed that she's got a call. Shout out Katie. I love you, Katie.
Hashtag Katie.
She was seeing this guy for a little while, and, you know, things were going quite well. But he was recently out of a long relationship. And he promised us that his ex, you know, he absolutely, like, you know, she was stifling him and she was like too much, and like he definitely was like over her or whatever. And then all of a sudden he like went off of Katie and like went back to his ex, and I wrote it about Stockholm syndrome, you know, the psychological phenomena that happens when someone falls in love with their captor.
I've heard about this.
Yeah, like Beauty and the Beast, she falls in love with the beast. It's that sort of thing of like, you know, in hostage situations when the hostages fall in love with
women who have Stockholm syndrome. Guys have it too.
Absolutely, yeah, it goes both ways. Yeah, it can.
I feel like I had it a little bit.
You think you've had it? Oh God, I'm sorry, man.
I think so. Well,
I bet she's a bitch.
I really vibed with the theme of that song.
Yeah, he's gone back to the captor. He's gone back to her, back to her. He's gone home, Stockholm syndrome. He's gone syndrome.
I almost hear a little gospel thing going on in the background.
Oh, that sounds amazing.
Anyway, we'll talk about music production another time.
Yeah, okay.
Talk about that. If I get Josh on here, we'll talk about it with Josh because he's the
That'd be
music
cool.
producer.
Yeah, amazing.
Yeah,
Maybe
so
we could produce that then.
my ideas for the podcast was like originally it was going to be called Cars and Girls, and I was going to get a whole camera set up in my car and just drive around chatting to girls.
Oh, that sounds fun.
That was my initial idea.
Yeah.
And then I thought I'd do something about Hastings.
Yeah.
Or the other idea I had for it was I was just going to call it day drinking.
That's basically what we're doing, isn't it? What are you drinking?
I'm on a little half of the reforestation.
Oh yeah, that's good
IPA.
stuff actually.
It's
Brewed locally, isn't it?
I always feel like craft beer's a bit hipster, but I guess I'm a massive hipster.
Yeah, I suppose you are.
I think it's allowed.
I'm a classy lady.
I'm
with my white
reforesting.
wine. You're reforesting.
I'm saving
You're
the
doing
world
good.
by drinking
Yeah,
this.
absolutely, man. Yeah, it's necessary to drink that beer. I think we should all drink more
I think it's okay.
of it.
What are you drinking?
Well, I've got writer's block. I said, what are you drinking? No, it's called writer's block.
Instagram that one.
That was brilliant. I haven't written a lot recently. Everything I write feels stupid.
No, you talked about being blocked.
Yeah.
What do you think that
all
is?
blocked up. I don't know. I think I'm just exhausted. I think it goes back to that, like, being overworked and people asking a lot of me and then, like, just being exhausted and then just being annoyed.
Aw.
And every time I've sat down to start writing, I've gone, that sounds stupid. I've just,
told you that.
scrapped it. But I've not actually scrapped any of it. I've got it all. I might, I'll probably end up
even if
going
it is
back
stupid,
to it.
like maybe it's funny.
Yeah, I have thought that actually. It's all in the delivery. So, like, although some of it's like me whinging about something or other, and there's some really good little rhymes in there, if I deliver it right, then it's not so whingy and boring and depressing. It can actually be like, ha ha ha, look at me, I'm such an idiot.
It's so important to be able to laugh at yourself, innit? Like,
Yeah.
I've not always been the best at that, and maybe that's something that comes with getting a little bit older as well.
I'll
Like,
laugh at you.
I would like to be able to laugh at myself.
Yeah, I think...
You can laugh at me.
Yeah, I'll laugh at you, don't worry.
No one else has a problem with it, just me.
I'll laugh at you, you can just...
Other people find it very easy to laugh at me, trust me.
Aww.
Have you seen my car?
What car have you got?
It's on Instagram. It's on Instagram. That's
Yeah.
all I'm going to say.
Your Instagram is all just cars.
My other idea for a podcast was it was going to be called Podcast. CARST.
Wow. Love that. Cheeky little pun in there.
Instagram
Go
seems
on.
to hate car content for some reason. Like I've been stuck on 150 followers for like a year. They won't let me get more followers.
I'll give you a shout out.
I don't know what I did wrong.
Oh, I'm sure you didn't do anything wrong.
Probably
People-
setting up an Instagram and leaving it for 10 years and not posting anything on it didn't help.
Yeah, that's gonna have something to do with it. Yeah. You need to get on it with your socials. There is actually a local social media help group.
Is there?
Yeah, on a Thursday
I was-
morning at the Crown.
Okay.
You should.
At the Crown.
Yeah.
Shout out.
Shout out the
stuff.
Crown. Love the Crown in Old Town.
Yeah.
On
Yeah, I know.
All Saints Street.
I was thinking that I might start a podcast.
I think that might be a good idea.
I thought it'd be cool if the person who was on the previous podcast comes back and interviews the person on the next podcast.
Oh, that would be silly, wouldn't it? That sounds fun.
Would you come back?
Definitely. Who am I
Awesome.
going to be interviewing?
Probably Josh.
Yeah, I'd interview Josh. Do you know what? I need to get to know him better anyway, I think. So,
If
yeah,
I
I'd
do it, it's
interview
going to
him.
be a grumpy bugger, so yeah, it'd be better if you come along.
I think he likes being a grumpy bugger anyway, doesn't he?
Really, I thought he just didn't like me.
Maybe he doesn't like
Very
me
much.
either.
Maybe he doesn't like anyone.
Maybe he doesn't like us. Maybe we shouldn't invite him on.
No, I love you, Josh, if you ever listen to this.
Oh, we love you, Josh. You're brilliant.
You're the man.
You're the man.
The music man.
He saved my last gig here at Barnabys, didn't he? He was.
Oh, he was great.
Yeah,
I
he
thought
was
there was a
great.
rule that Josh has to be playing at every gig in Hastings that I attend. Because he's
Is he
literally in
just
every
everywhere?
band in Hastings.
He's like this. Yeah, there's a
He's
few.
the hardest working man in music.
Yeah, I saw him the other day. Actually, I was driving along the seafront.
No Quirks is his band if you want to look him up on social media.
No Quirks. I haven't even.
I think that's his main-
Seen them.
I think that's his main gig right now.
Yeah, there's so many good bands in Hastings at the minute. What's that one called? And they were supporting Green Day recently.
Is it Kid Capici? Saw someone wearing their t-shirt in town today.
Kid Capici are
They're
local
doing
as
very
well.
well. Or Hot Wax is another one doing very well.
No, I'm talking about those 4 sisters. Maid of Ace.
Oh, Maid of Ace. They used to serve me in the London Trader. They used to be the bar staff, like
now
all
they're
of
like
them.
on tour with Green Day.
That's
Did you
cool.
know
I
that?
did not know
They're
that. No,
like blowing up massive.
I knew that they'd done like big tours, but I didn't know that they were supporting Green Day. That's
this
cool.
was their most recent thing. Yeah, check them out on Instagram.
Maid of Ace.
Maid of Ace. Yeah.
All right, yeah.
Some
Shout out
serious
Maid of Ace.
content going on there. Proper cool.
Cool. Yeah, Hastings.
I
has
love
got
them.
a lot
And
going on.
a few of them have come along to some of my open mic gigs.
Oh, they're super nice. If you meet them.
they've like come along and like they didn't really know me, but I knew them, so I've always been a bit like, oh hi, oh they they don't know me, so
Are they actually 4 sisters? as well?
Yeah. And yeah, a couple of the sisters turned up to one of my gigs and they were like, oh, we didn't know that you could do that. We didn't know you could sing. Hey, you're quite funny. We didn't know you could rhyme like that.
They just knew you from around.
They just had seen me probably and served me, and I've always been like, hi, I love you guys, and they're just like, okay, weirdo. But like they were like, hey, you do that? You're cool. It's like, thanks.
Awesome.
They know my name. Maybe I am famous now. Maybe.
You are.
If they know my name, I must be.
But I'd rather be Hastings famous than like a big megastar, like you say.
Yeah.
'Cause,
I don't know. I think there's perks to both. I think, I'm quite happy with whatever. I just try and have a
take what
nice
you can
time.
get, yeah.
Just try to have a nice time. I think everybody should just get along.
I saw you were playing that festival in Bexhill.
Bexfest!
Yeah.
Yeah. Big up Bexfest! Oh, that was so cool. I was like proper like going in over some hard tracks. I've got a few tracks recently that like
Have you gone in a drum and bass direction?
Yeah, love it. But I've got a few that are like have got that rocky element. Because let's be honest, I'm like more rock and metal at heart.
I love your rock stuff that you're doing with Brandon. Like,
Yeah,
you guys had very, very good chemistry on stage together.
Yeah, totally. I absolutely love Brandon. But yeah, I've got a few new tracks that are like, they've got that rocky element, but a bit of like techno and drum and bass
Nice.
within it as well. And then
to
I
Josh
can
about
like
this.
sing over the top of it, rap a little bit.
Amazing.
Yeah, and some of it's like really, really fast rapping, and I'm like, yeah, look at that, smashed it. Every time that I like do it and I do it well, I'm like, yeah, I did it.
Have you ever heard a guy called Crank Lucas?
Maybe.
He's like blowing up Instagram right now. He did
Yeah.
the Buster Rhymes auctioneer bit.
Oh, sick. Yeah, maybe
have to see it.
maybe one day I could collab.
Maybe I can put it in the
Please.
podcast. But
Yeah.
he might copyright strike me. Don't
That's
copyright
okay.
strike me, Crank Lucas.
At least we'd have been noticed.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Hi.
We'll get actually
Hey,
cancelled.
Crank.
No, we'll get actually cancelled though.
It could be Crank and Frank.
I will send him this idea.
Yeah.
He like
Maybe his people could talk to our people.
he liked my post on his Instagram,
Go on.
and he's got mad followers.
You're famous.
Yeah,
We're going up. We're going up in the world.
moving up in the world.
Yeah, exactly.
Getting mad likes on Instagram
Mad likes.
with my 157 followers.
Oh, I don't know how many followers I've got. Not loads. To be fair, my Instagram, my personal Instagram.
It's about the quality, not the
It's
quantity.
all pictures of me and my son, and like,
Girls' Instagrams are all pictures of them though. They're always that.
it's all just my son, basically, mostly. I've got like no selfies. I've got the odd picture that people have
Oh, are they
taken
your
of
kid?
me. It's just me. It's just my little boy skateboarding mostly. And then I've got my work.
So when he's old enough, is he gonna like take over
No.
your Instagram?
No.
Are you just like
I'll just
holding it for him?
It's just like it's basically just my life, innit? So it's got pictures of like me and my son on it. It's got pictures mostly of my son, and then it's got like a few of my gigs.
Do you want people to follow you on there? Do you want to shout it out?
No. That's my personal one. And I've got my work one, which is for my entertainment
Make the work
company.
one. Maybe we can make a podcast one.
That one's Happy Face Entertainment, if anyone wants to follow that one. That's
Happy
like,
Face Entertainment.
Yeah, that's my face painting and entertainment business.
If anyone wants to hire you to be on a podcast,
Yeah. Or to do a gig or something like that.
yeah,
Yeah, well, it's Tara the Banana is my personal one, so they can just find me on there. Or Happy Face
you
Entertainment.
available for weddings and functions?
Absolutely, yeah. I'll sing some songs.
Just show her the money and
I'll spin
she'll
some
show up.
plates. I could just plate spinning.
Yeah,
jump around with the ribbon and stuff.
Can you really?
Yeah, of course I can. Yeah, I could juggle a bit. Badly. That's another comedy act. My failed juggling. Basically, I'm really bad at being a good musician or a decent, like, anything, and people go, that's funny.
That's okay, just be bad at many things.
I'm just bad at
that's what I've
stuff,
done.
and that's why people think I'm a comedian.
And so I can practice my chat-up line. It's,
Okay.
hey, I heard you like bad guys. I'm bad at everything.
Hey, yeah,
Boom.
but yeah, people love a bad guy. I hope that works for you one day,
Yeah,
Frank.
ladies love the bad guys.
I'm sure that'll have them swooning all over the place.
Yeah, what can I say? I think
You're really bad at chat-up lines too.
I am.
Hastings Cast, an Auto and Chill production.